if end times came and God suddenly appeared on Judgment Day, I would not worship him. No, instead I would go up to the first policeman I could find and say, "Hey, see that guy over there? Yeah, the one surrounded by the angels of flaming fire who's raining fire and sulfur on the land, raising an army of the walking dead and threatening people with eternal damnation." In a pathetic attempt to make up for the fact that none of the cool kids on Earth ever really wanted to hang out with him. And as people became more evolved, God became more and more the last person to be picked for their team, until eventually he just wasn't picked to be on their team at all, and instead got stuck hanging out with the pedophile priests and the people with a habit of blowing themselves up. Yeah, him. You need to go arrest him. You need to arrest him for crimes against humanity, for genocide, slavery, and forcing people to pray to him for things that he already knows that they want but has no intention of giving them. Mass murder for personally killing over 2 million people. Manslaughter for the billions of people that he could have stopped dying but didn't. For creating death in the first place. For entrapment using an apple and a snake, for violation of animal anti-cruelty laws with blood sacrifice and one hell of a flood. Oh, and sexual assault for sleeping with a minor. What proof do I have? Here, he wrote it all down in this book. Yeah, I bet it'd be at this point that God would begin to wish that he'd been a little less insistent on the whole "the Bible is the literal word of him" thing. But also expecting anyone to worship a monster like this if he turned out to be real is, insane. It'd be like saying that if you suddenly discovered that, when your neighbour said that all the extra freezers he had were for storing meat, while not technically a lie, it turns out that the kind of meat he was storing was less of the animal variety and more of the human variety, that you would then bow down and worship him. No, of course you wouldn't. You would make like the JWs were coming to visit and pull down the blinds and lock the door. And then you would go one step further and call the police. Because anything less would, not only be irresponsible, dangerous, and just downright stupid, but it would also make you an accessory to a crime. And I'm sorry, I don't care how great heaven might be or how bad a punishment God might be threatening me with. Nothing could convince me to be an accessory to, let's be honest here, the worst crimes that the world has ever seen. God said go screw, get down and dirty while you're doing the do. God said go bang, go slam in every way you can. Yes, God said go screw, make sure you call